to the Hangout. Well, igama lam nguZinhle Nqeza, and yes, today, unfortunately, I roll by myself. But that does not mean that I don't have a beautiful show and also a show that's going to entertain you guys at home. Because today, I'm definitely going to be speaking to brand managers. I'm going to be speaking to modelers and also filmmakers. So we definitely are catering for everyone. And also, we are going to be doing a DIY for Father's Day special. So make sure that you tuned in throughout the whole show. But without me having to speak, let's get on to the show. So, onto this first segment, Ingobo Sando Ikala, and I have a beautiful somebody who's going to be telling us everything that is beautiful and everything that we need to know, especially as people who are in the arts industry. Let me not ramble, but let me introduce Melikaya Kotyeni, who is a marketing and also a brand manager. Let us welcome Melikaya to the Hangout. Hello, so nice and exciting, Kisada. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I think it's been a long year, but we're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. And also, can you please tell our viewers at home, Uba, what does Melikaya exactly do? Because I didn't do justice.
Okay, well, I own a company called Media Fusion Concepts, abbreviated MFC. We do public relations, digital advertising, events, marketing, talent management. That's what I do, and the basis of our company is our talent. So I think that's why I'm here.
Yeah. So for someone endlini ongayaziyo, ndoni brand talent or brand management and also marketing basically.
Brand management is when you understand where you are and where you want to be. I'm not going to try and use a dictionary language. No. There's no need. You must understand where you are now and where you want to be. That's basically it. Marketing helps you achieve all of that. So brand management, understanding where you are and where you want to be. Marketing is the tools that you need to get to where you want.
Wow. That's a different description that I had. And thank you for coming to the show so that I'm just to be informed. And also for artists or for people who want to be brands, how can they get to Baba's Manenga corner brand managers? Because Siambe Steven games.
It's very easy. I mean, there's everything's on the tip of your phone. Fingers. Everything's on the tip of your fingers. You get anyone from Facebook, you get anyone from Instagram. I'm a call away. My information is on my page on Instagram. I think also the other thing is making sure that you do your research. Look who you are looking up to first. Understand what's happening there. Get it. Who is behind that person? And then try and see if you can imitate that or find somebody that can imitate what you exactly want, depending on that reference.
So talking about what you want, as a brand manager, when are yourself, do you specifically manage certain, for instance, let's say in Klambi, they're doing acting, they're doing influencing, they're doing DJ. Do you have a specific category that you say that I specialize here?
Well, I mean, I come from a background of DJing, brand, understanding brand management with DJs and musicians. So I think that is my forte. It is very, very exhausting. But I think because of my corporate background in marketing and PR, I then went, but I actually can do the others.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can handle a Somizi doing a Batu campaign and he's the influencer, I think I can handle other influencers. Yeah.
So yeah, you can continue.
So I think that's when I then decided, let me actually open a company. I've done the broader scope of everything. So let me do it. Let me own this company. Let me find a partner who's going to do it. And luckily, my friend Usnazo said, okay, let's come into this together. So she's my partner. She's at work now.
Yeah.
She's my partner, and she has an honors degree.
Are we talking about the snazzo that we all know, or another snazzo?
No, another snazzo.
Okay.
Another snazzo. Another snazzo.
I thought, but yeah.
No, another snazzo. She's the one that said, okay, let's do it together because it is going to be a lot of work. And to tell you the truth, I didn't know how much work I had cut. I think also I didn't know how many people I knew until I started the company, and then people started reaching out, and I was like, oh, okay, wait. Wait.
Also, Yongoku, can you just give us a few challenges or kind of mistakes that talent make coming in our brand manager?
I think it's biting off too much that you can chew. It's not understanding or accepting what is happening now. Snazo and I always speak about it. And even with the biggest talents that we have, we always have to have a conversation of understand where we are, understand what we need, and how we need to get there.
Yeah.
That's it. Making sure people always just come down, understand the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melkai, there is something that we never really get to discuss, the finances. How do you get compensated from
your brand?
Yes.
Okay, well, brand management also entails campaigns. It entails gigs if you're a DJ or if you're an MC or whatever the case is. So I take a percentage out of that. Or I say to you, okay, let's work on a retainer fee. Then you say, okay, I can afford, let's say, 3,000 a month. That 3,000 rand a month says to me that in the scope of 30 days, I should have maintained or kept up to the promises of getting you a brand deal, getting you a gig to MC, getting you a gig to DJ, whatever you're doing, getting you a book deal if we're working towards a book deal. Yeah.
I thought you were like...
3,000.
Okay, I get you. And also, in terms of how can people get hold of you, you did mention in the about of Instagram. Maybe just give us what do you call this?
Handles.
Your handles.
My personal handle is @sir_Melik. So that's Sir SIR_Melik MELIK. And then Snazo's handle, you can find her under Sinazomda. And then our business handle is MediaFusion_concepts.
Oh, wow. That's lovely. And also, you're based here in PE?
Yes, I'm based here in PE. I just travel a lot.
I give it to Nana. You've heard for yourselves about his definitely here in PE. So I'm sure people can get to request meetings, do appointments, so that you can be able to give them one-on-one.
Of course.
Leading. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Right now, we are heading on to an ad break, and then we still have a show that is packed, a show that that's going to have you guys entertained and also going to give you education and tips on how to go about life. But yeah, from me and Melikaya, let's head to ad break. Coming back from an ad break, and get Chomzam, as you guys know that I always bring you abantu that you guys can hear about bona benzandoni and what is it that they do. And namhlanje I have none other than beautiful two filmmakers. I love what they're doing because they are filling the industry of filmmaking with a diversity of bringing females into the line of calling themselves a filmmaker. But okay, let me welcome these two beautiful ladies who are doing wonderfully. Hello ladies, welcome to the Hangout.
Hi.
Ninjani. I am good. Please introduce yourselves to our viewers and just tell them ningobani nenzandoni, and yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first?
You want to go first? Or don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. It's a chilile.
Hi, my name is Aliliso Malila. I am a writer and a director at After Film School. Obviously, we're here to, promote some stuff for festival and movies. So yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And to you,
Okay, I'm Mihlali Lubambo. I'm also a director and producer, along with Aliliso at After G2. So the reason why we're here is to let you guys know that we have films coming out and we want to invite everyone.
Yeah.
We want it packed.
Definitely. And also, can you please tell us, Uba, what is the festival about and what sparked it?
Okay, after hosts annual experimental festivals along with graduation festivals. So this particular one is centered around the theme of otherworldly. So we made two distinct productions. Alitiso's production is based on?
It's based on basically artificial intelligence and how it lives in a void. So I'll just give you a quick synopsis. So basically, we have our Dr. Lumina, who basically has a consultation with the patients. But since it's experimental, how we played around with that is through how the patients, in fact, are asking cryptic questions to the doctor. And then we get to see a few glitches here and there that basically signal it to us like, okay, none of this is real. And she actually built a simulation around herself. So she is the patient and she is also the doctor. And I really hope that the viewers actually get that. But if they don't, it's fine. They actually understand some parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was quite hard actually trying to translate that into visuals.
Yeah. Well, ours is a musical. It's based around the idea of humans being spiritual bodies, having a human experience, as opposed to spiritual beings having a human experience, as opposed to human beings having spiritual experience. So our film centers around stars, celestial beings that fell onto the earth and embody a human body, particularly a female body, because our target market are females. So we're trying to get as many women as we can that could potentially resonate to the themes of the film.
So when it comes to developing your scripts, what sort of motivation and inspiration that you guys took? It could be a spiritual one, it could be just seeing a scenario from where you're coming from, and then you're like, you know what, I can develop this to be a script. What motivated you guys into doing that?
Okay, well, for us, because we wanted to tap into the musical of things, so our script was inspired by a picture. It's a picture of these two individuals covered in a red veil, and the veil is connected ngenaliti. So it's this idea of love and its complexities. So the veil symbolizes the complexities, and the complexities that these two different individuals go through, having the same objective in mind.
So on you?
Actually, the narrative was based on I feel like such a nerd. Because it's such a niche storyline. But okay, it recently blew up on TikTok. But it's based on a story called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Holland Ellison. So what happens in that book story is basically this artificial technology gets created by humans to fight wars, but then it turns out that it hits humans, so it ends the world, and it keeps maybe 5 people alive because it wants just to torture them for its own sick entertainment. And how I spun that around, the irony of the story is that he kills everyone at the end. Sorry for spoilers, guys. He kills everyone at the end, but then even though he wanted to feel the way humans felt, he can't feel anything, and so he has so many words to say, but he can't scream, figuratively and metaphorically, because he's an AI can't speak, but also he can't express the emotions that he wants to express. So he kills them off. And how I spun that around for our film, I just thought, what if instead of killing off the humans, it just made its own simulation where it pretended to be human? And that's the whole thing with Dr. Lumina. She tries to run away from the fact, because it's a bit nuanced, our story, because the patients, even though they are Lumina, they are trying to stop the simulation from running because it's a false reality. But she runs away from it, ultimately ending up back at square one where she began as well. So it's like a program, we're watching a program unfold in reality, but it repeats itself.
I am definitely interested. I just want to check it out. So someone at home who's like me, who wants to check it out right now, how can they get hold of that? And also Nizabeni Lalapi.
Yes, so we're screening on the 15th of June, so that's this Saturday at after Gqeberha. That's at 28 Bird Street in Central. So the festival starts off at 10 and it can end around like 4-ish. So we will have live performances, we'll have designers, we have food trucks, we have, if anyone is interested in performing or selling food or arts and craft, they can DM Triple M Cinematics on Instagram. We're Triple M Cinematics on Instagram, and you guys are
Film Patel Studio on Instagram as well.
Beautiful ladies, I am so happy. I am so glad to see another female into this industry. Like, it's so nice. But okay, what is nice is that I have to, it's not nice, but okay, we have to pretend, yeah. Well, I have to let you guys go and continue with the project preparations. But okay, before Tina, let us go and drink some water, and we're coming back for something nice. Stay tuned.
Orchestrated so we could find a new world.
Water remembers anything it touches. How do you know what it's like to be conscious? Are you conscious?
I understand you, Doctor. But do you understand?
Back from an ad break, and you guys know, but as I'm fairly comfortable also when the show has really started. And right now on to the rising star. We have Emihle, who is a model, and let me not get deep into career yake, and let her have the floor so that she can get to introduce herself. Emihle, hi.
Hi.
Unjani?
Ndiyaphila Nkosi
Ndiyaphila nam. Can you please just tell our viewers at home uba Emihle ngubani and what you do exactly?
Molweni babukeli, gama lam ndingu-Emihle wakwa-class. Ndisuka eKing, eZwelitsha, eZone 10. Ndizalwa ndinguMarhadebe, ndizalwa nguMamqoma. Ndikhulele khona ndafunda eBisho High. That's where I matriculated, and then now I'm doing my postgrad in language. Yes.
Nice.
And part-time I do modeling. Yes, so that's what I do.
So she's on the show today to come and talk about the part where she mentioned modeling. Starting in modeling yakho, modeling career yakho, iqala phi, iqala njani? How do you discover uba you're actually good?
Actually, ndiqale ndisemncinci, I think preschool, kanye grade R kaso, because xana mosnifika nikubakho Miss Freshet ntontoni. So that's where I used to enter, and once ndiyawina konobuhle man, I'm just there. So it's something that I ended up falling in love with, because not only did it boost my confidence, but it gave me land obana, okay, I'm able to do it, you know. So the love grew, and when I got to matric, that is when Kengoku I was seen by brands and actually there's some potential up. And for me, I only knew the beauty pageant side. I didn't know good there's photography. I didn't know good there's runway. So that's when I got introduced into different spheres of modeling. And I'm fortunate in Dokbana, I was introduced kuzo zonke, ndazenza zonke, and then I got to choose eyona that I felt more comfortable with, which is now photography. Because it allows me to be myself. Akumduzauti, do your hair like this, wear this. If ever ndifuna ufike camera ndivele ndit that's exactly what I do. So I get to tell my emotions and my story through pictures, literally.
Which is nice.
It's
That is
very
nice.
nice. It's very nice.
Sana, I should consider. Also, can you also tell us about back at home, because it's a place that is more leaning to the village side.
No.
No.
Oh. No.
It's
a location.
No.
It's a location. It's a location. Please.
Okay. So how has a reception yabo been to a modeling career?
It has been quite supportive because a location is support. If ever umuntu wenza lonto leyo, abantu make sure ukuthi they go all out to support their own. I remember I had a pageant at town. We were competing. It was high school zonke, and I won the title.
I like.
So xa ndibuyayo ebusuku, obviously my mom made noise, beep imoto, and neighbors woke up. They celebrated me. It felt like their own win as well. So I can't make into a support. It's a union type of thing. Yeah.
So also because you mentioned indaba of different modeling, ne?
Yes.
So can we get onto indaba yoba, how does one get to choose uba bafita pi bona okanye what is it that they actually want to do with the modeling career?
For me, I gave into trying out zonke because I needed to know in Dogbana which one works out for me. So I don't think one can know without trying first. It's a matter of allowing yourself into going into the different types of modeling, and then you find the one that works for you. Umzekelo, when it comes to beauty pageants, I found them emotionally exhausting because now there's a beauty standard that needs to be maintained here. We are all gorgeous, we are all pretty women, and secret competition. Secret competition, there's also another competition that is happening amongst us. Now that tests low self-esteem, that tests your confidence. And for me, I felt like it put me in a position whereby I was pressuring myself. Because, mind you, there was a point whereby I didn't feel worthy. There was a point whereby I didn't feel confident. There was a point whereby I felt like I didn't feel beautiful. So now, if ever I'm going to get triggered, then I remove myself from that because I didn't want to go back into that dark hole I fought so hard to get out. Yeah. So to answer your question, umntu must just try out zonke and then you see, because bakhona abanye umntu fancy ndobana if ever it's photography, abekho comfortable than ever comfortable when it's just a runway, you know. When it comes to photography, nguwe ne camera, nguwe ne photograph. Kanti bakhona abantu who need to be cheered, you know, ukuze umuntu azibone ndobana actually I'm doing so well. So mna, I love closed spaces. I love indokubana ibendim and the person, and we just work, we create whatever it is that we create. Rather than having people create so much noise in my head. Yeah.
So I also want us to look at the challenges you got to experience through the career.
For me, in most of the challenges came from social media. When now I started posting my pictures, because you'd find that in the sharisha picture my pictures would be shared into as groups that I came for awareness, maybe vitiligo awareness or whatever. The comments as a payana are very disheartening, you know, because I remember one comment was like, this girl has got python skin, you know. I was okay with my python skin. I was okay with how I looked, but now, and I actually also noticed in Dokbana, people don't have boundaries. Just because I'm open about the person I am and how I look and the skin condition that I'm living with, when now I share knowledge, they tend to overstep into boundaries. If I can make this example, there was one comment I once received, and then this person was like, but I want to know, do you have vitiligo in your private part?
What? Are people
Exactly.
sick?
They're very
That's
sick.
sick, man.
And I'm a person who can differentiate between disrespect and a person who seeks knowledge. We spread awareness about izinto that we experience. I spread awareness about vitiligo, and the knowledge is there. It's not a matter of knowledge is not there, but people are just ignorant. Yes, and they do not want to keep it as into injalo. They don't want to have that mutual relationship. Okay, what if Lomdu is still battling with accepting that aspect? You know, ifika ihlale njani emntwini lo. So now I've had those type of challenges whereby abantu don't know their boundaries.
And people need to understand, Uba, people who work in the arts industry are still people, and they also have feelings. So they do get hurt. For the fact that uzobuza so disheartening questions, ola hlobo, it means that you are ignorant.
Yes.
Because what do you mean, Uba? Umdala, because it's usually old people in these platforms that are asking izinto that are not meant to be asked. So yeah, I just want to say, people, it's not nice, it's not cute. And also, Emihle, how can people get to Bakfumane Corner in terms of social media and possible collaboration and work in the future? What could those be?
On Instagram, Facebook, Emihle Class, on Twitter as well, and there you can find my email address, so we can always just communicate.
So Auna's bookings, emails, and
it's there.
It's there
on
as
my
well.
bio. Yeah.
So possible future plans, collaborations.
I'm open to that. Open to that, but for now, I'm focusing more on my postgrad. I'm busy with that, and possibly I can also link that with my modeling.
What I like about you is the fact that when it comes to education, you're still pushing strong.
Yes.
And also, because it tends to, uba ibengati into your model. You are just beauty with no brains.
Yes.
Of which, when now you're changing that stereotype, soba siyafunda. We're doing modeling still to siyafunda, which is very inspiring, and also motivator, which is nice.
Thank you.
Is nice. Like, I commend that, because most people, especially in the people abazali tend to think that umntana mxa ezongena modeling akazoswo isikolo,
Yes.
which is not true, because when I was born, it's exactly that, why you can juggle both modeling and your school.
And it's always wise to like to fall back on into, because now tell me what happens when you lose your leg. You won't be able to walk.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always wise to get that degree and make grand.
Thank you so much, Emihle, for coming onto the show. And you guys at home, you are still watching the Hangout. And right after this, we are still going to be hanging out. Emihle, thank you so much for being onto our Hangout studios. Can you just say to our viewers at home, just motivate young kids at home before we leave you, and also before you leave us, to please just motivate about life and as a whole. That is your camera.
Okay. So I've got one thing to say. Just keep going. I know sometimes it gets difficult. Sometimes you just want to let go because you feel like it's not working out. But I promise you, it gets better. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And from me to you guys, we need to take an ad break. And plus, we still are hanging out. Coming back from an ad break, kumnandi kunjeyana, and inkqubo yethu isaqhuba right here on the Hangout. And right now, I have two lovely ladies who got me into cracking the whole entire time before we're going on live. And I don't want to mess up the introduction here, so I'm definitely going to give them the platform so that they can be able to introduce themselves and tell us about basuka pikanye kanye. Otherwise, Hangout team, help me welcome the lady. I am definitely. So, can you please tell our viewers at home, uba ningobani nisukapi, and what have you brought for us today?
Yes,
Yeah.
with, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
My name is Uzovia Makwabe, originally in Jisuka Acting Williamstown, Edimbaza. From a PE because I grew up in the streets of Port Elizabeth. And I'm here representing today Ibonga Mountain Foundation, a foundation that I'm actually currently working with at the moment. So I'm one of the directors, one of the founders. So yes.
Yeah. And go, Sissy.
Thank you so much, Zenhle, for having me. My name is Lungelisa. Hermanas is my surname. We're actually working with Bonga Mountain Foundation. Tinake, for this month specifically, we collaborated on a program that is called Lead Today. And that has a sub that at Umfana Makakale. And with the program that they are having tomorrow, we've got the Lead Today that we train the trainer, giving teenagers a specific program for John C. Maxwell that is training them to be mentors at schools. So that's what we're going to be doing.
So I hear you talking about into eyenzekayo ngomso for tomorrow. So with this initiative, what exactly made it spark? Okanye, what started that idea?
Okay, so I actually came up with the initiative. It's actually called Rent a Dad or Rent a Father.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
So it happened when I realized that there's actually, I actually wanted to do something for, because it's a youth month and it's Father's Day around the corner. So I was like, hey man, why can't we just use this as a platform to introduce new things? Because I see abantwana basesikolweni eWoma, especially Woma High, they need motivation. And if you are going to give motivation to umntana esikolo, you just need to what is it that they need as umntana esikolo, is it basic? But I think father figure.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let us see, say work thing. It's something out actually. Bringing utata wherever, you can be a businessman. Just come here because renta lo mtana for that day, or even vice versa, lo mtana renta wena for the day. And actually, after the event, because I'm going to haircuts, so that dad that for that day is gonna be contributing a clipper that will go towards it as a donation for his school.
Okay, so as Uba Uteta about this initiative basically involves males, how can someone get to lead isandla soba ancedise njani on this event?
If Oyondoda, I would say I just donate a clipper because I wanted to make it special, because it's always about women, and not that I don't want them to feel left out, you know. So I wanted to be specifically for it boys and the dads. So that we can also focus on them as well, because I don't want them to actually feel left out. So this day is strictly for them, but obviously we're going to be dating as women. But then Sifuna, because I'm organizing everything, I will be there. And now Yolisa is also going to be there. You also going to be there. Sorry. Hopefully,
hopefully, indeed.
Hopefully that you're going to be there. So yeah, we're driving this initiative, making sure that everything goes according to plan. Yeah.
So, as you mentioned, guys, earlier on, Ubabenite, there is an umbrella project in the and then there are sub umbrellas underneath it. So, when I say Lisa, I would like you to at home about what is the second sub umbrella under this big umbrella in Yenzai.
Okay, so as I've mentioned before, I'm from a Well of Success. So Well of Success is actually passionate about communities. So sijongana needs the communities, of which that's why sichate no Bonga Mountain Foundation naye oyenza the same work. But then we come to Nasisithi, okay, sinale program enguli today encedisana nabantwana ukwazi bakwazi ukwenza decisions as a right in future whilst besebancinci. That is one. Two, sine program ekuthiwa ukuphila, which is now related to mental health. That is where ke ngoku si engage abantwana kula platform. Enayo ke ngoku nento ethi indoda mayikhale okanye umfana makakhale. So zonke ezi initiatives sizenzayo zi-initiatives ezincedisana nomntana ongumfana esinazo thina as Well of Success. That's why ke ngoku we're actually inviting other organizations to come so we can partner at these initiatives ezincedisana nabantwana abasha. Siyafumaneka eKurha Primary, siyafumaneka eUtainement Noninzi Primary School. So these are the initiatives esiziqalileyo ezikolweni. Abantwana, they are so excited because we're trying to take them away from streets. So these are the initiatives esizenzayo. Ke wabuza ke ba omama ithini into ngomama. Omama as well nabo siyabancedisa ecaleni so that bazokwazi babe equipped to work and bakwazi ufacana nezi challenges. And as an example, sine program esinayo on Saturday that talks to embracing her masterclass. You see, because without mama, you know, mosendlini, even nale cry ikhoyo ebantwaneni you absent your data. Oh mama, they're always there. So siyahlanganisana ke nazo zonke ezi programs sithi makusetyenziswane.
And also, because my next question was, are you guys going to focus only on the warmer location, Okanye? But you have already covered that. So now, in terms of if Kengoku Iskolo Sam is not onto the list any now, how do I get hold of you guys and also invite you guys onto my school?
Okay, I think we are here today. We've got a website as well that is www.wellofsuccess.org.za. Siyafumaneka phana. But our number as well is 078 907 6488. 078 907 6488. Siyafumaneka phana.
Any social media? Because now we get in
social handles, you get them Pago website.
Yeah, okay.
You get them Pago website, Wall of Success.
Hi friends, welcome back from an ad break. And right now what we are doing is we are doing a DIY, and also our DIY is more themed and centered around Father's Day, as we all know that Sunday it is Father's Day and it's day to celebrate them. And also I as well want to celebrate my father by creating and also giving you guys ideas on how you can celebrate your father for being a hero in your life. So let us get on to it, right? So getting on to it, I have a couple of few things that we will need. We're definitely going to need, this was a paper plate, so you just cut off your paper plate around, and then this is just a piece of paper that is colored, so you can cut it out doing this shape. And then basics, I have my glitters and stickers on, and then I have my glue, so ndikupele apa, and then I have my brushes, my stapler, and a paint. This is going to be optional. And obviously a scissor to cut out all the shapes that I need. So starting off, I am going to start with this too. So with this, I have already cut them like this. So just to cut a corner so that they can fit perfectly. And yeah, just like that. Just like that, nothing more. And then coming to our circle. So with our circle, we're going to take our paintbrush and just dip onto the glue. And you can basically just draw any sort of shape that you like, that you know your father would also like. It cannot be only utata koke who is a biological father, but it can also be your brother. It can also be your uncle. And you just give them this nice and beautiful gesture that you appreciate them. Yeah, that's what you can do. So I have a heart shape there of the glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose a glitter color. It can be red, it can be blue, depending on the color that they like. And just sprinkle it. Sprinkle some love. Sprinkle it, sprinkle it, sprinkle it. And yeah, continue doing that. Okay, and then what we can also do is you put in either silver to make it beautiful and make it colorful. Okay, cool. And then you come onto the center. So that's why we have two brushes. So what you can just simply write onto inside your heart is love. Ne? Just because you love your dad, you love the male person in your family. You say dad, Ne. My glue is running off. Ne. And then, so you will basically be having the framing of the writing that you have, and then you take another glitters that you can somewhere use as well, and just sprinkle those, because what you're doing is you're sprinkling love. Yeah, you're just being someone who's generous and just loving, and then you move it around the wording, and then now we are coming. You can just simply dust that off, and then we come and we staple our last part of the DIY. But you can obviously try and do it as how you want it, how you know that your loved one is going to also want it. And also just make sure that you add a bit of your element to it. And yeah, so the end product of this DIY, it's definitely going to look something like this. I know that my dad would love this because Sana, it has his favorite colors in it. And also just make sure that you guys at home also create it and make it unique as you can, and also adding your own personalities and also adding your own inspirations. Because for mine, my dad knows that I love black, so that's why I had black. And also obviously you can change it with any color paints that you have at home. But okay, from us, this is how we are definitely going to be spending, and also what we are going to be giving our fathers for Father's Day on the 16th of June. Otherwise, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Otherwise, right now, the show has come to an end, and it's been a beautiful show, but yeah, we have to love and leave you. So we're closing off this show. Me and the crew, we just want to say take care and God bless. Otherwise, thank you.